Damn, I'm surprised I didn't even have the damn background music playing. Multi-screen. Alright, we're on. Hey, that was pretty quick too. The time it took me to click the Google Chrome browser, it automatically it switched over from the waiting screen to the regular.
Oh, alright.
Huh?
Alright.
Tyler says hi. What's up, dude?
What is up, Tyler? I didn't realize we were already live. I don't have it all. I'm trying to get all my shit pulled up now.
I just said we were live.
Oh, well. Shows how much I was listening.
Damn. Tyler, Daniel, Miss Abby. Everybody's on time tonight. How's everybody doing? You getting situated over there?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm working on it. I thought I was ready, guys. Hold on. Hey, at least I admit I'm not perfect.
Yep. Abby said going outside for a break. Pretty fucking good night at work for tonight. Well, weekend was good. I'm sore as shit. Been using a damn pole saw trimming limbs for the insurance company in my house. They were bitching about limbs being on too close to the roof, so I've spent my whole weekend playing with that. You've been off all weekend, hadn't you, John?
Me? Oh, yeah.
Anything exciting this weekend?
No, not really. What did I do this weekend? My weekends are usually pretty lazy.
Uneventful is nice sometimes.
It is very, very nice sometimes.
Before we get into too much crazy shit, what you vaping on today, Caleb? Yeah, I guess we could cover that. Went back to the Osmotus Reborn and the Profile with some Blackcurrant Skittles. Overpowered with the Cloud Chasers Inc. Centurion V2 with some Tropical Medley. And the Bonza Mech Kit with some Juicy Fruit. And that's all well, I got my normal pod systems and shit laying around, but that's the three that are getting heavy rotation today.
I got you. I got the Snow Wolf Mini with the Ohana and the Magico kit. Running Crown E-Liquid 35 in the Magico and Hydrant Watermelons in the Snow Wolf Ohana.
Hell yeah. Magico Kit still doing good?
Oh yeah, great. I switched to the round wire coil, and it's not as good as the mesh coil, but it's okay.
Gotcha. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So where did we lose data? And now it's back up. I didn't see anywhere
Where did we lose data?
the YouTube link was showing that it did no data received, but everything was saying it was healthy. So may have been
I
YouTube's.
adapted to put 4mm coils in my Ohana way too little airflow. I like the Ohana for airflow. Um, it's restrictive hit, but it's good.
How restrictive is it? Like, is it comparable to like the recurve?
I've never vaped on the recurve, but let me.
Because recurve, even all the way open, was pretty restrictive.
Yeah, let me see that. It's probably about half of the Freemax Mesh Pro.
May not be too bad then.
No, it's not bad at all. It's just enough to keep a really really good flavor.
Gotcha. Let's see. Tyler says, Caleb, how do I fix coils to fire at the same rate on that bad boy RDA? To adjust the firing time on any dual coil RDA, you're gonna go back and forth where you're positive and negative. You're gonna go side to side to where you can adjust it one direction or another, and sometimes you can adjust a little bit on height also to change the firing rate. It's pretty much just move it a little bit, fire it, see what it did, and go back and forth.
Yeah, take your um, tweezers and run it across the coils.
Well, that's more for hot spots.
Yeah, but I mean it also works to determine how they fire.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. All right, before we get too much further in, there's several states that have calls to action right now. Hawaii is proposing a flavor ban. Maryland is several bills that are trying to ban flavors. Um, Maine has an all-out vape-related product ban that they're pushing for. Kansas is trying to change the public laws on vaping to where you won't be able to vape anywhere you can't smoke. Michigan's trying to introduce a 24% tax on vape products. And South Dakota has a public hearing Tuesday. You can check on CASA.org. They have the times and location for that. But they're having a public hearing on a proposed flavor ban.
I would like I don't mean to interrupt you, but I have to point out an all out lie. There is one motherfucker in here lying his ass off. And that is the motherfucker that has every mod that I've ever seen or know of, which is Cujo. He says, I'm just starting out. What is your recommendation? Get you a me pod, motherfucker.
Yep. If you're just starting out, then I'll take Alice off your hands.
Right? If you're just starting out, you don't need to learn something like Alice.
Yeah, double and triple stack.
So have you seen his goddamn lightsaber?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Double and triple stack shit.
What about my quad stack? He said.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about the damn quad.
So what I was talking about looked like a lightsaber.
I thought that is it quad. I don't know.
His quad stack silver mod.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
that long.
Yeah. Dude, you'd have to run like damn 1.5 ohm coils or some shit in that, or 1.2.
Yeah, it's got to be serious.
Because I mean, 4 batteries. That's pushing 16 volts.
It's a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
I had never built anything over 8 volts. I've got a sled to do a triple series box. That'll be a 12-volt box, but
Daniel said a buddy of mine has a 5-stack Birds mod.
I've seen a couple people post on Facebook in the groups and shit that where they were doing like 4 and 5 stack, and I mean you're getting up into like the 20-volt range.
Yeah, which is overkill.
Like, oh, your car has a dead battery. Let me pull my mod out real quick.
Put jumper cables to it.
That's about like Brandon and I don't know if he's here yet tonight or not, but him and Tommy that runs TLC Vapes built a damn coil that was like this damn big and used jumper cables to a car battery to get it to fire.
Damn.
Yeah. There's a video of that floating around somewhere. What's up, David?
Dad, we just both showed up in here in blue shirts. So, what's up, David? Marlo for TVO has did a 10-stack with a Colorado on top.
Well, I mean, dude, that'd be super hard too, because the Colorado is meant for like a lot of coils. I mean, the more coils you add, the lower the ohms get.
Yeah.
You'd have to do a big like single coil probably in that damn thing. It'd be like a 5mm or 6mm coil. Shit would be retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else got the email for the blue shirts either. Great minds think alike, I guess. I was reading comments. He said no, he didn't get the email on the blue shirts.
Yeah. I hadn't seen Caleb all day. I put this one on first thing this morning.
Yeah.
That's something I want to talk about. Tyler said, anybody got suggestions on Freeman e-juice flavors?
Do what?
Freeman's e-juice.
Oh.
Have you tried any of them?
Honestly, I went on their website because I saw the Fousey had posted about the 9 cent for 5 bottles or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I went on their website and they didn't have anything that fit my flavor profile. I think they had one or two, but they were sold out of them. So
yeah, $9 or 9 cents for a 30 ml bottle of juice. Hell yeah, I mean that's cheap.
yeah, I think with shipping it ends up being like $8 or something for what 120 mils of juice or 150 mils of juice.
I think they said 10 for 120 ml.
Yeah, so Tyler said I really like blue collar. Yeah, I don't know any of their flavors or off the top of my head. It's been a couple weeks since I went on their site, so I mean that's definitely a good way to bring in business though. You know,
I'm going to look it up now, actually.
blue raspberry candy. Just sent you guys a video of the 5-stack. Yeah, 5-stack. 5-stack's pretty. That's pretty big. I mean, dude, there's people building like some of the lipos and shit now that are 16 volt and
Right.
20 volt, I think.
I'm gonna have to go check out this Freeman.
Pirate says, John, remember this, brother? I'm always here, always watching from the darkness.
Yeah. That is David.
Ghost, you can feel free to plug away at anything you want to, bud. Just no direct link, no direct links to any vape affiliated sales sites.
Absolutely.
YouTube has a shit fit over that.
Oh, yeah. We don't want none of that shit.
What's the noise in the background? Sounds like a little kid peeing. That would probably be the fish aquarium that's behind my head. It's got a waterfall on it, so.
The 2-year-old was just banging on the door. I don't know if that's what it is.
Well, he said it sounded like yeah, he said it sounded like a little kid peeing. The fish tank I've got behind me is one of those waterfall tanks, so. 40-something batteries.
Oh, yeah.
Whew.
I want to go check out Bullseye.
Bullseye had one that I really want to try. There is a couple, like Jason's actual juice company. That watermelon Jolly Rancher, holy shit. Like, I'm going to be ordering more of that here pretty soon.
Oh, really?
That was one of the best watermelon Jolly Ranchers I've ever had.
Cujo said, I'll be right back. It's making me have to pee. There's a fish tank behind him.
What's going on, guys?
There he is.
What up? How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you gentlemen doing?
Doing awesome.
Just chilling.
Another day in paradise, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's good to feel alive again.
Yeah. You stayed sick all last week.
Yeah, a whole week went by. I don't even know a thing. It's a vacation I don't recommend.
Yeah. That's an unwanted vacation.
Unpaid with no fun activities.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Right on. I'm glad to see you're doing a little bit better.
Yes, and like I said, man, that's probably that's one thing. When you're down like that, you don't even feel like picking up your phone, man. So you just hope everybody knows you. You know what I mean? You're coming back.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you had quite a few people checking on you all week.
Yes, sir, I did. I appreciate every one of you guys too. A lot. It means a lot.
So we've got some changes coming to HitMeUp.
Coming back in a big way.
Yeah, you could say that. So while I was sick, I thought about some things, and I from the second that we started the show, the main goal was to ultimately become to where we could be functioning in a charitable way, but without us having to hold on to anybody's valuables, such as money. You know what I mean? Like, and be able to achieve it in a way that it can genuinely go to help out folks, again, without really causing a whole lot of, you know what I mean, extra steps that other people got to take or feel unsafe about what they're doing. So the big changes is from now on, nobody will just anybody will be able to come into the HitMeUp show. That's not going to change. Coming in, sitting with the people, enjoying the community, chit-chatting with everybody, totally still completely, you know what I'm saying, supporting that and wanting that to happen. However, folks won't be able to just take a seat and get into the tournament without donating at least a minimum of $1 to the St. Jude's Children's Research Hospitals. And that way we carry as a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Now everybody's having fun, and at the same time, everybody can feel really good about what they're helping accomplish and helping out kids that are suffering with major illnesses, and also taking care of all financial needs of the parents, as well as giving them a place to live so they don't have to be away from their parents. And this is something that's affected several people within our own community. So
Yeah.
I only seen one way to go with it, and that was straight up. So.
Yeah, that's definitely a great charity organization to work with. They do a lot to help the community. I would say they do a lot more than even some of the Blue Cross or the Red Cross, stuff like that. They do more frontline work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I said, something that so when you go to have a child, nobody's thinking about, well, I'm having this child, and maybe there's potentially a few months down the road, a few years down the road, they're going to come up with cancer, or they're going to have something go wrong with them nobody can't figure out. And rather than a parent being stranded in a stressful situation of feeling helpless and not being able to help their kid, actually the hospitals help the parents feel empowered, and at the same time keeping that level, you know what I mean, that needed balance of everything for the parents, and if the parents are able to stay stable, then they can help, then the kid will, stand an even better chance of healing, because we all know when you're sick, you know what I mean, for the most for a lot of people, I can't speak for everybody, but for a lot of people, for myself, when I'm sick, man, one of the things I'm still very blessed with is, if I ain't feeling good or something that day and I need to, if I want, I can call my mom. My parents are there. And for a kid to be going through something like as tragic as bad surgeries or cancers and know that they can have their parents right there, that's something huge. So, yeah, there's a lot of things they do. I can praise them. I can spend the next 3 hours praising them.
I know Spunky Monkey and Jason are continuing the pink slips on their channel, or on Spunky's.
Yes, they are.
One thing me and John were wondering about, what's happening with the after party lottery
and the Will Walter.
So none of them are going anywhere either. Today, me and Seth actually had a meeting and talked with Jason and Spunky about something, because I enjoyed how they handled their lives so much last night, and they just you guys know how it is, man. When you're running something, you like to know you got somebody that's going to be taking care of something, and there's no worries to it. So
yeah,
I thought about it, and I was like, man, I know a lot of people enjoy the after party lottery. I have nothing against that. I want that to continue. The pink slips show that's Spunky's. And I was just like, man, what are we gonna do with? I don't know. I just I felt bad, because I felt in a way like I was going to be kind of dropping a couple of those games. And so what I did is I asked Seth, I said, what do you think about us handing the after party over to Spunky, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Spunky and Jason, so that it can just simply go on, because you see what Spunky's did with this pink slip show.
Oh yeah. He did.
So,
they did a great job last night with that.
Again, felt like really. Hold on just a second. I'm losing you guys. Let me switch my internet over here. Maybe it'll be better on my data. I don't know if I'm going to come back to you guys or not. I'm trying.
It probably doesn't help with all the storms and shit that have been going on today and tonight.
So, like I said, lots of changes, but good changes. As far as the Hit Me Up show, nobody will sit down at the table to even compete to get into the tournament without donating a minimum of $1. And as far as the after party goes, I'm no longer going to be hosting that. And that's so that once I'm done with the tournament, we'll take a quick spin on the wheel, and that'll be the end of the show. And then if for Jason and Spunky may decide to go ahead and keep the after party right in line where it was at and just click off where I leave, But I told them, I said, me and Seth made this decision because we seriously trust whatever you do with it. And once it's not ours, that's yours. And you do it on whatever day you want to. Because there's one thing I told people from the start. That date and time right there,
Yep.
that's decided by what's comfortable for my family and my wife and my kids. And again, that's a lot of the reason for me, it was never nothing about anything negative towards anybody. That's the one always great thing about it. Social media isn't. Not everybody, but a lot of people, the second they see something change, it has to be something negative. It couldn't possibly be. It couldn't possibly be because somebody woke up one day and was like, I need to make these changes in my life for the better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always an instant. So with that being said, it was not because of nothing negative other than Saturday nights, I don't have to, but I get up on Sunday mornings. We go to church with the family, and I'm sitting there and falling asleep in church. I'm going to work and essentially losing out on sleep because I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning. As I get older, I can't hang like that no more. So I'm handy. So, and the fact, you really can't see it, but I got a lot of gray hairs coming on, man. And anyways,
Yeah.
so it was just good timing. And I had a week to sit here at my house and stare at my feet while I chucked my guts up and think about things that I normally don't have time to think about. So that's where it all really came from, man. And honestly, as far as our show goes, again, the donations thing, I know I'm not giving you much of a chance to ask questions, but if you get me up on my talk. So I had a question thrown at me of, well, let's go slim down on your viewership. It's high time that happens.
Yeah.
For good reasons. It doesn't bother me that folks come in the show and then they duck and leave once people's been decided. That bothers me for one reason, if it bothers me anything. I think it's unfair to the people competing because if you're the guy that sits there for 5-6 weeks in a row and never gets picked to be in the game, but then you finally do, and then you look over at that people count and you see hardly nobody stuck around to support you. But you stuck around every 6 weeks. Yeah, all them 6 weeks, you stuck in there, man.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations, the claps, the emojis, just keeping them comments going. And we all know that's what, that's one of the things that kind of makes things go. And to see somebody else not do that for you, man, that's a gut punch.
Yeah.
So it's going to remedy that too. This whole Hit Me Up is associated with the whole people worrying about team free shit. Of course, you know how I feel about that. I don't give a fuck about it. I think it's another dividing line in the community. And as long as people embrace shit like that, we're going to have division.
Exactly.
But it does completely do away with the fact that when you come to participate with our community in the Hit Me Up tournament, you're doing it because you genuinely love those people. And at the same time, you feel like you have an opportunity to make a difference. Now, think about this, guys. If we have 20 people, $1 each every week, times that by 4, then go times that throughout the entire year. That works out to almost, that's getting up to around $800.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the year, we can all say that we helped push $800 towards some kid may have cancer, going through a real tough time.
Yep.
In that hospital. Bro, that shit makes you feel good.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you coming by, and I know you hadn't really...
I appreciate you tolerating my long-windedness, bro.
You get up here and talk anytime you want, boss.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I figured you hadn't really fully explained everything on Instagram. And I know Sundays are your days with your family, but I figured, what the hell, get you up here,
what? I love that about you because you always, anytime you go to do anything with me on Sunday, you always start out by respecting that, and I love you for that.
Well, I figured, we'd steal you away from your normal Sunday for 10, 20 minutes and let you, explain what all's changing and what all's going on. And I mean, a lot of us, dude, the Saturday, the Hit Me Up show has become a way of life on weekends. Like, I sit here on my computer and watch every weekend, whether I'm playing or not.
Right. Well, hey,
And it's fun to hang out and bullshit with everybody, you know.
It is.
So
It is, dude. It feels to me, it has the feel of when I was 14 going hanging out at the bowling alley with friends.
yeah, we had the skating rink.
Yeah, we had a skate. No, we had a skate rink too. You know, like them small town feels.
Oh yeah,
and that's what it brings. I think more than anything, just showing people, hey, don't be scared to get up here, show your face, talk the way you want, be respectful, love people, and if people ain't down with that and they don't like it, walk on. Don't even give them the breath of the negativity to spit back out.
Yep.
And then people are people. I say people are getting that, but the fact is, people were already getting that. But how much of social media is fueled by just being a dick?
Yeah,
a lot of it.
Yeah, there's
because I'm not downing anybody for that because I know of a YouTuber channel right now. I'm not saying no name because but the thing is dude, his whole atmosphere, just every time he talks, it's just negative.
Yeah.
And bro, sometimes get this, we all have a want to for a little bit of that negativity. Everybody has that weak point in their week where that hearing something negative happen to somebody maybe you didn't like, maybe that made you feel better on the inside than what it should. We all go through those moments, but what I'm saying is that gets old after about an hour. And then what are you doing with the rest of your week? Figuring out new ways, you know. So my thing is, again, I shove that positivity shit at you all day long.
Yeah, and that's shortening the show up ought to give you a little bit more stress relief, actually, too. I know there's a lot of behind the scenes shit that a lot of people don't think about when you're
preach. When you two know that.
Oh yeah, and you know that couple hours a week you're spending on that you know, that could free up a couple hours a week that you could be spending with your family or, you know.
Yep. Absolutely. So, yeah, that's the changes, man. Outside of that, nothing's changing.
Well, that's good to hear. We're glad to see you doing better.
I appreciate it, guys. I do. Really quick, let's do something cheesy. What are you vaping on tonight?
Got the Asmodus with the profile with some black currant Skittles.
Oh, get the hell out of here with that currant, man.
Yeah. Shit's like
Is that Freeman that you just held up?
Are you one of those people that likes lychee?
Yeah.
Okay, well, guess what? I'm revealing right here on your show. Apollo is coming back strong with disposables.
Oh.
And they look just like the Puff Bars. And guess what they sent me, buddy?
Lychee
ice.
Hell yeah.
We got Streamline coming to the show. We got Apollo. We've got Tenchi Returns. The anime looking.
Yep,
they're coming. Dude, Red Sky, never gone nowhere. They're coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Tenchi posted on her Instagram the other day about joining the HitMeUp family.
Yep. And you know, that's something else too. Put real meaning behind family. And we continue to encourage people to do that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get tired. You know what I mean? We all get pegged by the outside world being this Fruit Loop phenomenon on social media. And the reality is we all got friends and we all got family, but we also got lives that contain us at nighttime a lot of times or at some point during the day. And guess what? Why can't we have a cool, creative place to let the rest of that out? You know what I mean? And, and this is what it is. And it's started out with the idea of the network. That network is very much so in place. You could go through any part of our community and find instantly 5 situations where 5 people had 5 things they were making and found 5 people that wanted to buy them within the community. That idea.
Yeah. Everybody's got different taste buds, and there's never gonna be a flavor that someone doesn't like.
Yeah, very true.
Now hold on. I want to ask Red a question.
You asked
Tyler
what?
a little bit ago was asking about Freeman.
Was asking about what?
Freeman?
Freeman. Freeman who?
Freeman e-liquids.
Oh,
The
you
juice you
mean?
just had in your hands.
Yeah. See, I don't. They ain't a part of the family. They ain't. I ain't ever contact them. They ain't ever contacted me. But I will tell you, I've had their shit in my shit for 3 days. Look at that. That's white.
Very nice.
That's white. Now, what do you know? What the flavor profile is off of this?
I don't even know what that flavor
cherry
is.
pie, and custard. Now that just sounds like a cool killer, don't it?
Yeah, generally they are.
Dude, 3 days in it, my cotton's as white as the day I dripped it. And I'm telling you right now,
that says a lot about it.
They are not a part of Hit Me Up, but I would highly recommend any day of the week. If somebody hasn't went over, they have an insane deal. Like I just got four 120 mils of my choice for $30-some.
Not bad at all.
No.
Tyler said, "What flavor would you suggest?"
All right. First thing I'm gonna recommend. Hold on. Let me ask you. You an ice cream fan?
I'm not.
What
I
about
think
you, Ty? You're an ice cream fan.
Tyler, I think, does a little bit of everything.
Okay. So my favorite flavor they got, you have to go get the banana chase. I'm a banana bread freak. You really got to F a banana bread up for this fat boy not to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love banana bread. And the thing is they got it. It's even got that of banana at the back of your throat. You know, you can eat a banana, and it obviously doesn't have a cooling effect to it, but there's that.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's that flavor when you breathe in. Okay, so when you breathe this vape in, when you breathe banana chase in, it hits you in the back of the throat with the single most realistic. Listen, guys, I don't know how they did it, but they made banana bread. They made a vape taste fluffy. I don't know how they did that. But to a fat boy, that ain't right. Because what happens when you taste fluffy cake?
Dive into that shit.
Yeah, I'm hungry now. Anyway, so I highly recommend them, and I say go get the banana chase first. Go get their deal where you can get like 420 mils cheap. Pick the banana chase up first. Make that your first selection. Do the cherry express that's cherry pie and custard. Do that second. I do not like their apple. I don't like anybody's apple. I think all the sour apple taste flavors for the most part, unless they're mixed in with like a hard candy or a gummy flavor, I think they taste gross. So that's my opinion. I wouldn't recommend their apple. Matter of fact, if y'all want mine, I would ship it to you if you guys just wanted to pay me to ship it to you. Because if you like a green apple, sour apple, you're going to love it. I just don't. And the third one I got was Vice Cream, which is my third favorite of theirs, and it's spot on. And it is two buttery sugar cookies with vanilla bean ice cream in the middle of it, and it's probably one of the best ones I've ever tried. And I say that because you guys are reviewers. Honestly, a lot of times with cookie and ice cream flavors, you just get a good sweet flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you really taste the layers?
Yeah, I don't.
In this, there's like a layer effect.
Yeah, I don't do any of the cookie, cake, pie. I do.
Freeman vapes will change your mind, Caleb, because it's not heavy and sweet. Not heavy and sweet.
The only cake that I've ever enjoyed was unicorn cake from Arkansas e-liquids.
Yeah.
And that was when I first started vaping, and I actually got so burnt out on it that I can't stand it anymore either.
I love sweet flavors if they're flavors.
Yeah.
If I crack the bottle open and I drip it and I get a really good sweet flavor, that's cool. But I'm not vaping because I just want to taste sweet, or I would just go dump sugar in my mouth.
Exactly.
I want flavor profiles to stand out. And Freeman definitely has that. Now, here's one thing that's interesting. I just realized this today, and I'm going to talk to my I'm going to talk to my sweet Miss Anna over at Apollo Vape. She's a sweet, nice lady, if you ever get the pleasure of talking to her. And I'm going to ask her why she didn't tell me that these guys are manufactured by a little group called Apollo Future Technology. Now, do you know who Apollo Future Technology is? They've only sponsored our show for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So, for people that don't know, this may be Freeman Vape Company, but their juice is being manufactured with Apollo Vapes, which is HitMeUp family.
The ice flavors I got on the smoothie line.
Please tell me what you guys think, because you and Tyler have had special insights to those flavors. The whole line, if I remember correctly. I'm getting a drink of water. Keep talking. I can hear you.
I've tried 2 of them so far. The first one, I don't remember which one it was now. You remember what that was, John?
The perfectly peachy.
Yeah. So the perfectly peachy to me was lacking a lot. It honestly tasted like an L&M menthol.
It tastes like what?
An L&M menthol cigarette.
Woo!
Which I used to do menthols every once in a while, but now the Maui Wowie is good, but the pineapple's overpowering. To me, it tastes more like a pineapple on ice, which I like. I mean, that's what I've got. That's what I've got here.
I totally get what you're saying. Going with what's advertised, it didn't.
And pineapple's a hard one to do. I mean, I mix my own juice. Pineapple's extremely hard to not overpower everything around it. Right. So, but it's a good, clean, smooth salt nick. I mean, it's a good liquid. It's just the pineapple's a little overpowering.
Well, see, y'all both know, but I had the ice line in the freebase, which I won from J.Red first. And I reviewed it. It's up on my channel. Y'all can go check it out. I loved almost everything except the perfectly peachy, which was super overpowering in menthol. But
except
I'm
what?
not an ice person.
Except the what?
The perfectly peachy.
The perfectly peachy. See, now in just the regular freebase with no ice in it, God, my favorite one. But the reality is that I totally get where you guys are coming, because it seems like in the Nick salts, once they got it in the Nick salt, they should have done something different with that profile.
Yeah.
They should have made some adjustments, and I don't think they did.
Much smoother.
Yeah,
there's not as much ice in the salt as there was the freebase.
This is incredible feedback, because this is feedback that people like the good people over at Apollo need to see. It's good, honest feedback. That's why I love you guys as reviewers. I agree. There needed to be in their Nick salt lines. They got some of them really good, but for the most part, they kind of showed me that maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't taste like they made much of an adjustment going to the Nick salts. And right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you do need, and I'm not saying they did. I can't put that on them. I don't know that.
They should have. They should have
to be a correction going into the future, because their flavors are incredible, and everybody, even if you're only a Nick Salt fan, you should still have that same fairness to try. You know what I mean? To taste those. Because if not, you're just gonna think whole lines bad.
On the Maui Wowie, they should have dropped the pineapple down like a couple of %, or raised the other two profiles up 3 or 4%. And for me personally, I think they should have dropped the ice down 1 to 2%.
I think they should have took the ice down in all of them.
Yeah, but I'm saying 1 to 2%. I mean, it'd still be an icy, but it wouldn't be as
in your face.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, it was like they were going to achieve. And maybe y'all don't get where I'm going with this, but in my head, my flavor, the way I taste things, it was almost like they were going with something that. It's almost like they were going with some flavors that really complemented cocktails.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, that cocktail feel? Like, if you could imagine drinking, like, you know what I'm saying, on something chilled. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Pina colada or...
And Yeah, and imagine how maybe those flavors are a little different. And I got to be honest with you, if you look at their advertisement, when they first started advertising the smoothie, the Apollo stuff, it has that, dressed
Cocktail.
up cocktail kind
Yeah.
of
That
feel,
sophistication.
kind of swag to them. And I would only imagine that thought process probably is over into their flavors as well.
Yeah. I'm still wanting to try the regular non-ice freebase.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a lot better with the flavors that they listed, the profiles that are listed.
Just reminds me of something I need to do. So, and yeah, again, I love our network. I just want to say that because once in a while you get great ideas and you're like, I know, yeah, I got you. So, with that being said, I will be pointing out a couple of review channels so that y'all can have an adequate, you know what I mean, take
Absolutely.
on the base e-liquids without the ice in them. Because if you're at all even there with any of the ices, bro, get them without the ices, and your mind will be like,
Yeah, like I said, the flavor, the listing on the profiles sounds good on almost every flavor in that line.
Yeah, I mean, like I said in my video, every one of those juices were good. I would love to try them in the iced. The ice was just a little much for me,
Yeah.
but
right.
the flavors were great, and they got better in the salts line to
Yeah.
me.
Salts
On the
are
ice
just so hard to review because, I mean, 90% of the time you're going to use it on a damn pod or a mouth to lung tank. So you have to you have to put just enough in there to sample it and then rewick or put a new coil in. Or I don't do review videos of salt nicks for that purpose. Freebase liquids I can line RDAs up and mods up, and I can try 10 flavors at one time.
Right.
But doing salt nicks it's impossible to do it that way without wasting so many coils.
It really is.
Yeah. So
yeah, you have to do one and then wait a long ass time and do another.
Vape
you just
that
happen to have like several different brand new pods laying around.
exactly. Which this one I got lucky is a rebuildable, so I can rewick.
Which one was that again?
It's the Thunderhead Creations X Pod.
Damn, that thing's beautiful, dude. That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's my favorite pod system by far.
So, out of those, what was y'all's favorite?
Like I said, I'm still working on them. I've still only tried 2 out of the 6, 5.
Right on.
To me, it's either the Maui Wowie or the Awesome Apple.
The Maui Wowie is your favorite?
Or the Awesome Apple. The apples, and apples.
Yes. Awesome apples or apples awesome.
Yeah, that'll probably be the next one I try. Will be the apples.
Now I will tell you, I like their apple. Their sour apple, I don't know. They did something different. It tastes different. Everybody else's. It don't hit me wrong in the back of the throat like a bad cough medicine.
Yeah, it's a mix of red apple too.
Do y'all have Cyclops e-liquid up there in Oklahoma? I know Arkansas did.
There may be, but I got to be honest with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I live in a really tiny town, so me making the 45-minute trip to Oklahoma City to go hit up all the vape shops don't really happen. I shop mainly with LoneStarVapors.com.
Well, if you see Cyclops anywhere, try the Athena. It's a green apple, red apple. It's fresh apple. It's not sour. It's not candy, but it's green and red apple mixed. Holy shit, dude! I mean, Cyclops
sounds like my bag.
Cyclops poster right there.
So he says I love it.
I know the owner of the company. He lives about 12 miles from me. They're sold in like 33 countries. And he's one of the biggest advocates we've got here in Alabama. So he's been in D.C. fighting the government for the last 2 years. So
I love it, man. I love it. People out there doing a lot of. There's people out there doing a lot of the footwork that some of us can't do.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
Again, yeah, that brings up. I'm going to try to leave on this point because I've got to go get ready. This old man has to go get ready for bed. So, it's coming for you guys. Keep laughing.
I ain't far behind you.
So, yeah,
I ain't far behind Caleb either. So,
yeah. So there we go. My burnt ass brain forgot where I was going to go with that. You gotta love it, but that's the thing. Oh, that I remember now. Yeah, you guys are fortunate. I remembered. Here we go. That is the one thing that everybody's got to understand. Back when the advocacy thing really started sparking off again, not too long ago, and everybody, and everything was going crazy, and I was all for the advocacy, all for that. I was all for that. I did agree with a lot of people doing it on Instagram whatsoever. It was a complete waste of time. Take it over to Twitter where people are listening, or go put boots on the ground.
Exactly.
If you're not doing that, you're wasting your time. 2 avenues you can take. And it seemed like everybody spent the first 2 months just bitching about how each other was doing things. Wasted a lot of damn time. And I'm going to leave on this note. I think it's time that a lot more of us start being bold and speaking our minds as long as it's productive.
Yep.
Not trying to sound like Bossy Gritches or sound like a douche, but freaking in reality, every time you hear somebody putting up a division of any kind, it's never good. Yeah. It'll ultimately not be good of it. Now, I'm not speaking on other political things going on in our country right now. I'm speaking within our vape industry. Yeah. If you ever see anybody, there is never a reason in the vape industry to have borders. It's not a country. It is a way of life. It's a health benefit. It's harm reduction. It's something everybody should know about. From now on, we don't waste time. If what we're doing isn't productive, it don't need to be happening. I believe you guys are very much so productive. You know why? You got the balls to be honest. You got the balls to say, you know what? I didn't like that. You need to change this. And you're doing it in a manner it's not disrespectful and it's encouraging. Yep. And like I say, I'm going to leave on a note. If people can't continue with that kind of parade, they need to go find a different industry to operate within. One that calls for negativity, one that calls for going backwards every time you take a step forward, because it don't belong here and it don't belong in our community. I love you guys and I appreciate you letting me pretty much take over your show because I know all I did was this.
Hey man, we love you. We appreciate you taking time out of your Sunday to come hang out with us for a little bit.
Absolutely.
You guys do it for us all the time, so it's only respectful that it be done back. And plus, I love you guys. So
everybody that's not subscribed to J.Red on Instagram, it's HitMeUp Official. Make sure and come out and check out the
show.
Donate money.
That's right. Not to me, but you donate it to stjude.org. It's easy, and all you got to do is donate a minimum of $1 to take your seat in the show Saturday nights at 10 o'clock p.m. You are welcome, even if you can't donate $1. It just means you're going to sit in the comment sections with the rest of the great people and still have an awesome time. And
sit in the comment section and talk shit with me.
That's right. Talk shit with Caleb and Tyler, guys. Also, I'm not sponsored by them, nor am I ever looking to be. But I will say, guys, if you are seriously looking for flavor out of this world and juice that just keeps you cotton white forever, then freaking go get Freeman's. They support veterans. You guys know I love anything revolved around our veterans. And so make sure, support LoneStarVapors.com. Nobody sends you vape mail like Lone Star Vapors and Miss Carol over there. And who else can I plug? Am I allowed to plug on your show?
Oh yeah. Do what you do, brother.
I just took off gunslinging. ApolloVapes.com. Love them. They've done nothing. They've made this show happen for 2 months in a row. They're coming back for another month. Steamline Vapors. Tenchi Vape. Tenchi Returns.
Bullseye.
BradVapor.com.
Bullseye.
Man, I love all the people. You guys, everybody out there that's listening to my voice, if you happen to stick around this long and listen to my voice, please subscribe and listen every single time you get a chance to these two guys right here. Best in the review game, period.
We love you, J.Red. Have a good rest of your night, brother.
I love you all too.
You have a good night. Messi said, J.Red, we fucking love you. Shut the hell up.
Yep, that was y'all's special surprise guest for tonight. A lot of changes coming, but it sounds like it's gonna be for the better.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Why is it?
You know, adding on to what J.Red said about divisions, if there's a division in this company, in this community, that it doesn't need to be there. A lot of the divisions we have in this community are because of drama.
Yeah, there's.
And that shit's got to go the fuck away.
Yeah, I've stopped communicating with several people because of the bullshit. You know, everybody focuses on the drama here lately, and it's. I got enough drama in my real life, man. I don't need Instagram drama or YouTube drama or Facebook drama.
Right?
If I wanted that, I'll get offline and go deal with some of the douchebags that I deal with in real life.
That's why some people are here on Instagram or here on YouTube, is to get away from some of the bullshit that they deal with on a daily basis. You know,
Yep.
this is an escape for some people.
Yeah, the reviewing thing for me started, you know, after my surgery. I was very limited on what I can do physically. I hadn't been able to work for the last year, and reviewing allowed me an outlet, something to focus on, something to keep my mind busy, and get more involved with something that I've became addicted and in love with over the last 5 years. There's a lot of. I think the drama's gotten worse over the last 6 months, honestly.
Well, I mean, you know, it was really bad a while ago, and then it calmed down, and then it's getting ignited again. And we got to stop because it's going to tear this community apart, and it's going to ultimately be what demises what we all do. I mean, the, people watch this community, whether we know they do or not, and they're watching, and they're just sitting there going,
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of people that sit there and just that's their lifeblood is watching and creating drama.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I'm sitting here going, "Oh, I'd love to stir that pot."
Well, and it's like J.Red was saying. I mean, we all have that in us that wants to.
Oh yeah, but it's what you choose to do. That's
And you know, I've started to pot a couple of times, just getting to the point of I don't give a fuck. Like fuck it, they want drama. I'll give them some drama real quick.
yeah.
But then I see myself out. I start it and then I leave. Fuck them. Let them get all worked up and stay worked up over it.
That's like the Cat Williams joke. You cannot walk in to a club and say "fuck everybody in the club" and then turn around and walk out.
Yep. Do that shit in a club, you gonna walk back out, and then you gonna have a trail of people following you, ready to beat your ass.
Right?
Yeah, they. Abby says I'm on EIG to fuck around and terrorize someone besides my coworkers. Just imagine being in my presence for 8 hours a day, though. Yeah, I don't know if I could do it with Messi 8 hours a day.
Man, that would be.
That'd be a that'd be a that'd be a long day. It'd probably be a very interesting day.
Probably be a day of you need to sit down and be quiet.
Fuck that. There ain't no fun in sitting down being quiet. Well, we're right at the hour and 10 minute mark, I believe. Hour and 12 minute mark. I slept for 2 minutes apparently. 2 minutes just kind of escaped my brain.
Yeah, you know that happens sometimes.
Didn't you say we had a story that was going to be told tonight?
Oh yeah, we have an Amanda story time.
Yeah.
So
My
y'all
ha-
get ready for that.
My handy dandy notepad comes in handy again. If I
What were you
don't
gonna tell
if I
us your
don't
story?
if I don't keep notes of shit, then it goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, we got to talk money. Come on, tell your story, buddy. I'm gonna move this microphone into shot so it can be closer.
Gotcha.
Ooh, baby cat. Act like you're doing me a favor, letting me be on your show.
No, we all enjoy you.
You want to come tell your story? Come on, look, everybody, she wants to be on the show too.
No, they all know that you're here for me, so there's some entertainment on this damn tape from my part.
What's Caleb doing entertainment?
Caleb does most of the entertainment.
Oh, really?
I feel like he does sometimes.
Okay.
No, I just kind of bounce off everybody and go with it.
Right. Yep. All right. Go.
Oh, God. Someone's trying to break in.
Yeah. Go ahead, baby.
All right. So here's a little anti-smoking PSA for you. About 7 or 8 years ago, right after John and I moved down here to the coast, we were staying at my sister's house, and she had a living room that opened up into the dining room with an archway. Well, there was like 12 people in the house this night, 3 dogs, and I'm standing in the dining room because everybody else is in the living room and fucking crowd, and I have a cigarette and I'm smoking. Well, 2 of the dogs were really little, just maybe 6 or 7 months old, both of them, and at my feet, they start fighting. And they're snarling and biting and chewing all over each other. And everybody starts freaking out and screaming, and I'm standing the closest to them. So somebody screams, "Amanda, stop the dogs!" Well, so I go to kick them in between them to break them up. That doesn't work. They still fighting, and they move over a little bit. But what happens is my ass hits the ground on my knees, and I drop my cigarette. Well, when I fell to my knees, I fell to my hands over the dog. So now I got 2 dogs fighting and biting under my tits, and there's a small fire on the ground with me. So I'm scrambling trying to find this fire and not get bit and get back to my feet. Well, my sister has decided to join the action and break up the fight. So she grabs my grandmother's metal cane and comes over and starts beating me across the back with it. She hits me hard as hell 7 or 8 times before I'm able to get off the dogs and to my knees and grab her by the front of the shirt. I said, "What the fuck do I look like, Rodney King?" I push her backwards, find my cigarette, turn back to find she's falling into my mother, who's falling into John. And by the time I get to my feet and locate my cigarette and try and figure out if I'm going to have to go to the hospital for back injuries, everybody looks around and the damn dogs are not fighting anymore. They're huddled in the corner, scared to death of us. So, don't smoke.
That was a shit show.
Most of our life is a shit show.
You're right. That's why I have this damn sign.
That's it. If something ain't going wrong, then it ain't a normal day.
Yeah, you ain't trying hard enough.
Yeah. Wait for a couple minutes, something will fuck up.
Uh-huh. Get around me. Bad luck will find me.
Yeah, that's the same here. If it wasn't for bad luck, I wouldn't have any at all.
Right.
So, let's see. Did you hear about the Americans that are basically being locked up on a damn cruise ship over off the coast of Japan?
Is it because of Corona?
Yeah. So there's like 370 people or something that are quarantined on this cruise ship, including like 40 Americans. One of the Americans actually posted a video or did an interview with one of the American TV hosts or something, and was talking about how the cruise line is not paying for their meals anymore, even though they're quarantined and can't get off the boat. They're charging them like $10 a meal for, like, the dude said, some shitty tuna sandwiches.
Damn.
So they're being quarantined with no release date yet on the cruise ship, and they're quarantined to their cabins. They're not even allowed to, like, go out and play on the ship.
Yeah.
They're having to stay in their personal cabins.
That is so fucked up.
Dude, you gonna tell me you gonna force me to eat some bullshit sandwiches that you overcharging me for?
Yeah.
When I didn't choose to be on that damn boat that long?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Oh, yeah. Quickly.
That's a lawsuit that they'll probably win, too. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's all I had written down. Everybody needs to make sure and go check out Hit Me Up on Saturday nights and Knock Me Down on Friday nights. Duddy is going to start trying to do that every week again. So that one's 11 p.m. Central Time, midnight Eastern.
I co-hosted last week. I think Caleb co-hosted the week before that.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
So you see a lot of familiar faces, so go check that out. Like he said, go check out J.Red.
Make sure.
We both have Instagrams, we both have YouTubes.
Yeah, make sure and follow both pages and both accounts on YouTube and Instagram. Both of us also have separate pages on Facebook. Probably about to make a group for the Deep South Vape Show. A separate group for that community. I'm probably going to start working on that this week. Other than that, stay tuned for
Patreon if anybody's interested. Just saying.
You do have a Patreon?
I do.
You do? Shoot me the link to it after the live, and I'll put it in the description.
I promise there's going to be anything up there for a minute, but I haven't.
I do have the Streamlabs donate button also that's in the description for my page. Damn, I think tonight's going to be the shortest show, but not by much. We're hour and 21 minutes so far. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've never limited ourselves, but the goal is at least an hour. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what everybody's goal is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, hour and a half
there
is.
There are people that have stuck in here with us this long.
Yeah, we've still got looks like 4.
The fact that people stick in here and do watch this, that means the world to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Show love and support for all your fellow man, woman. The vape community is having, being thrown under a lot of scrutiny.
J.Red would say, take care of the man beside you.
Yeah. So everybody needs to stick together, stop the bullshit, the drama, the stupid shit that's been going on, and just stick together. Things hopefully will start getting better for the community. They may get a little worse before they get better, but I think eventually the truth will come out.
Oh, absolutely.
But I'm gonna take my ass to a Epsom salt bath because I'm sore as shit. My steel rods in my back are not happy about the pole saw all day yesterday.
I bet
So
not.
no, I've got two 16-inch steel rods and screws. So shit hurts anyway. Using a pole saw all day doesn't help any.
Oh yeah.
And that was yesterday and Friday. I was out there doing that shit. So
I'd come help you, but you didn't invite me.
well, it ain't really that much to do. It's just time consuming. I mean,
Yeah, it always is.
yeah. So, but everybody have a wonderful week. I should have a new video coming out Friday or Saturday. So stay tuned for that.
I should have one coming this week.
And then we'll be live again next Sunday night. We'll post on Instagram whether it's going to be at the 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock time. Not really sure yet. Everybody
We'll
have a
also
wonderful...
post on a guest if we have one.
Right. Or it may be like this week again and just have surprise people showing up.
I kind of like that. People never know who's going to come on, so they got to show up to see.
Yeah. Yeah, you never really know who's going to pop in. And we don't really introduce anybody. We just kind of pop them in.
Yeah.
Keeps it interesting.
We didn't tell anybody J.Red was coming this week. We didn't tell anybody Seth was coming last week.
Nope. And it's actually, it's kind of worked out.
The people seem to like it.
But
So, all right, guys. Y'all have a good week. Stay safe. We'll see you next week.